Fest went very well. The children were able to come in and have a lot of different activities from their kindergarten teachers. They were able to take a bus ride to get a feel for the bus ride. They were able to go into the one gymnasium and actually bounce around in a couple of the little bouncy houses. So a lot of fun was had by all and a nice educational experience, a good transitional moment for the students. I'd really like to thank several people that helped us pull this off. Mr. Mike Matta, Dr. Harry Bauman, Dr. Jane Kokenaar, Cheryl Stokes, who is our registration secretary, who does everything with our central registration out here and is extremely busy from morning till night. And when I say night, many times into the night. Put in an awful lot of time to help pull this off and get everything prepped. Our entire kindergarten staff, because we were very well represented there by our entire kindergarten staff, being very welcoming to the community and the incoming students, the nurses. It was just a wonderful, Dr. Skizis really helped get everything running and get everything organized. Just a wonderful event. And thank you to everybody. Now we continue to push so that we can open the school year, before the school year, and have every single student eligible to get into kindergarten get in time. So just wanted to recognize that Fun Fest. I know that Madam President was there.
I certainly was. I had grandma duty tonight, so I was there.
So that would be it for the report. And once again, for the bowling team and the two individuals taking the trips, congratulations and enjoy. Thank you very much for everything you've done up to this point.
The pride continues. Yes. Thank you very much. Board action to acknowledge the receipt of the Treasurer's Report for the month of March 2013. See attachment.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. McGlicko?
Yes.
Mrs. Gadsden?
Yes.
Mr. Halazinski?
Yes.
Mrs. Keller?
Yes.
Mrs. Kassian?
Yes.
Mr. Kondrowski?
Yes.
Mrs. Maxson?
Yes.
Unanimous.
No one has signed up for hearing citizens this evening? Okay, let's move on. Item number 1. Board action to approve the minutes of the special meeting of March 12, 2013, the open agenda meeting of March 12, 2013, the special meeting of March 21st, 2013, and regular meeting of March 27th, 2013. See attachment.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. McGlicko?
Yes.
Mrs. Gadsden?
Yes.
Mr. Halazinski?
Yes.
Mrs. Keller?
Yes.
Mrs. Kassian?
Yes.
Mr. Kondrowski?
Yes.
Mrs. Maxson?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Item number 2, board action to approve the list of bills. See attachment.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. McGlicko?
Yes.
Mrs. Gadsden?
Yes.
Mr. Halazinski?
Yes.
Mrs. Keller?
Yes.
Mrs. Kassian?
Yes.
Mr. Kondrowski?
Yes.
Mrs. Maxson?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Item number 3, board action to approve property tax refunds as presented. See attachment.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. McGlicko?
Yes.
Mrs. Gadsden?
Yes.
Mr. Halazinski?
Yes.
Mrs. Keller?
Yes.
Mrs. Kassian?
Yes.
Mr. Kondrowski?
Yes.
Mrs. Maxson?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Item number 4, board action to approve the summer school program from the YMCA of McKeesport to be held June 24th, 2013 through August 1st, 2013. See attachment.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. McGlicko?
Yes.
Mrs. Gadsden?
Yes.
Mr. Halazinski?
Yes.
Mrs. Keller?
Yes.
Mrs. Kassian?
Yes.
Mr. Kondrowski?
Yes.
Mrs. Maxson?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Item number 5, second reading and board adoption of the following policies. Number 248, pupils on lawful harassment. Number 348, employees on lawful harassment. See attachment.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. McGlicko?
Yes.
Mrs. Gadsden?
Yes.
Mr. Halazinski?
Yes.
Mrs. Keller?
Yes.
Mrs. Kassian?
Yes.
Mr. Kondrowski?
Yes.
Mrs. Maxson?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Item number 6, board action to approve the request from the Appalachian Bicycle Racing Association for use of the high school parking lot on April 27th, 2013. See attachment.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Madlucko?
Yes.
Mrs. Gadsden?
Yes.
Mr. Holozinski?
Yes.
Mrs. Keller?
Yes.
Mrs. Cassan?
Yes.
Mr. Kondrowski?
Yes.
Mrs. Maxson?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Item number 7, board action to approve the Why I Stay and Why You Stay summer camps for 2013. See attachment.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Madlucko?
Yes.
Mrs. Gadsden?
Yes.
Mr. Holozinski?
Yes.
Mrs. Keller?
Yes.
Mrs. Cassan?
Yes.
Mr. Kondrowski?
Yes.
Mrs. Maxson?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Item number 8, board action to approve the high school band to participate in the Memorial Day parades in McKeesport and White Oak on Monday, May 27th, 2013. See attachment.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Madlucko?
Yes.
Mrs. Gadsden?
Yes.
Mr. Holozinski?
Yes.
Mrs. Keller?
Yes.
Mrs. Cassan?
Yes.
Mr. Kondrowski?
Yes.
Mrs. Maxson?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Number 9, board action to approve resolution 1055 urging pension reform. See attachment.
So moved. Second.
Discussion.
Yeah, Madam President, if I could just read a couple items, not in its entirety, but a few items here from the resolution in relation to the pension reform. Yeah, beginning with whereas the public school employees retirement system has increased the employer contribution rate from 5.64% in 2010-2011 to 16.93% for the 2013-2014 fiscal year, which is a threefold increase over the last 3 years. Whereas the employer contribution rate is projected to continue to increase over the next 21 years, reaching a rate of 31.43% in 2034-2035, and will continue to exceed 30% for a total of 17 years, then remain in double digits for an additional 9 years thereafter. Whereas the increase in employer contributions shown in McKeesport Area School District's expenditures for the past 5 years reflect extraordinary costs that were borne by its local taxpayers as follows. And we have a chart in there. In 2008-2009, we had 1.2 million in district expenditures, and in 2012-2013, that is up to 3.1 million in expenditures. As you look at how it is projected to move on in subsequent years, 2013-2014 would be 4.5 million, and when you get to 2017-2018, that would go up to 8.4 million. Extreme costs that are being borne by the pension problem that we have. And this resolution gets into some detail, offering them to identify other funding sources and how to deal with this pension issue much better than what is being proposed at this time.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Madlucko?
Yes.
Mrs. Gadsden?
Yes.
Mr. Holozinski?
Yes.
Mrs. Keller?
Yes.
Mrs. Cassan?
Yes.
Mr. Kondrowski?
Yes.
Mrs. Maxson?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Item number 10, board action to approve resolution 1056, calling for reform of the Commonwealth's charter and cyber charter school funding formula. See attachment.
So moved. Second.
Discussion.
Yeah, once again, Mr. Sorokian gave a brief overview of the upcoming budget, the preliminary budget for the upcoming year. We've all heard about the sequestration issues, and those are going to affect us. We've just talked about the pension. Charter school reform and charter school funding is also another major issue for our district and other districts that are out there. And many are unified in putting forth a resolution for charter school reform. And once again, not in its entirety, but just a few items to point out here to the public. The state's flawed charter school funding formula is costing taxpayers hundreds of millions in additional tax dollars, as Pennsylvania's school districts are facing unprecedented economic challenges. Whereas the Commonwealth reimbursement to school districts for students attending charter schools was completely eliminated beginning in the 2011-2012 school year, and and such funding was not restored under the 2012-2013 state budget for K-12 education. Whereas since the Commonwealth discontinued even partial reimbursement for charter schools' costs to school districts, now 100% of the burden of charter school tuition falls to local taxpayers. Whereas the McKeesport Area School District's charter and cyber charter school expenditures for the past 5 years reflect extraordinary costs that were borne by its taxpayers as follows. In 2008-2009, charter school expenditures were $2.9 million. That year we were reimbursed $753,000. Okay, and that has a steady increase to where it is 2011-2012 was $4.1 million in expenditures, 0 reimbursement. And 2012-2013, $4.3 million with 0 reimbursement. So this is putting forth a resolution to take a serious look at charter school funding reform, which is, and there are several instances such as a double dip with the pension and what have you that exists for charter schools that are really damaging to public schools. And this points out a lot of those details to look for a different funding formula to assist.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. McGlicko?
Yes.
Mrs. Gadsden?
Yes.
Mr. Halazinski?
Yes.
Mrs. Keller?
Yes.
Mrs. Kasan?
Yes.
Mr. Kondrowski?
Yes.
Mrs. Maxson?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Item 11, board action to approve the formation of a consortium with the South Allegheny and Elizabeth Forward School Districts to expand the region of services available through the ELECT program administered by the McKeesport Area School District.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. McGlicko?
Yes.
Mrs. Gadsden?
Yes.
Mr. Halazinski?
Yes.
Mrs. Keller?
Yes.
Mrs. Kasan?
Yes.
Mr. Kondrowski?
Yes.
Mrs. Maxson?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Item 12, board action to approve realignment of board committees as presented. See attachment.
So moved. Second.
Discussion. And this is basically to step up our technology.
Yeah, it expands our committees to have a monthly committee meeting for our Career and Technology Center, which was part of another committee, but this now makes it its own standing committee, which meets monthly in reference to where we're going in the future with our vocational program.
Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. McGlicko?
Yes.
Mrs. Gadsden?
Yes.
Mr. Halazinski?
Yes.
Mrs. Keller?
Yes.
Mrs. Kasan?
Yes.
Mr. Kondrowski?
Yes.
Mrs. Maxson?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Item 13, board action to approve the Greater Pittsburgh Food Bank to use Founders Hall Cafeteria as a distribution site. See attachment.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion?
Madam President, I just would like to say the food bank, I've volunteered, the two gentlemen are sitting in front from the food bank. Hi, gentlemen. I volunteered at the food bank, and I would just say that a very successful program over at Duquesne High School that I helped distribute food to the residents there. I would just say that if you could just monitor that, if the board approves you tonight, to make sure you're getting enough people that are coming to the food pantry to pick up food, because I know the bus line doesn't run quite this far into the city. So if you could just, I'll be voting yes, but just to monitor the numbers to make sure you're able to get the most food to people that need it. Thank you.
Madam President, I would also like to say that to acknowledge receipt of some correspondence from a constituent that outlines some concerns. And while I also will be voting yes, I would like to just state for the record that with the food bank, I would like to assure that we have open dialogue with the district so that any event that there are concerns, that we can address them in a timely manner and to assure that, that they are resolved expeditiously. But with regard to the program itself, I don't have any concerns. I've worked with the food bank professionally and know the value of the service.
I'd just like to say how important I feel it is that the schools are looked to as the center of the community, and to open up our doors one day a month on a Saturday, I think that it's something that we need to strongly encourage being done.
And just an additional comment for the gentleman from the food bank. Should it go through and get approved, there are some discussion items and some questions and a lot of details to iron out in relation to it, and we'll take considerable time doing that prior to moving forward with anything.
Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. McGlicko?
Yes.
Mrs. Gadsden?
Yes.
Mr. Halazinski?
Yes.
Mrs. Keller?
Yes.
Mrs. Cassan?
Yes.
Mr. Kondrowski?
Yes.
Mrs. Maxon?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Item number 14, board action to approve change orders for Twin Rivers. See attachment.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. McGlicko?
Yes.
Mrs. Gadsden?
Yes.
Mr. Halazinski?
Yes.
Mrs. Keller?
Yes.
Mrs. Cassan?
Yes.
Mr. Kondrowski?
Yes.
Mrs. Maxon?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Number 15, board action to approve resolution 1057, 1058, and 1059, student discipline.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. McGlicko?
Yes.
Mrs. Gadsden?
Yes.
Mr. Halazinski?
Yes.
Mrs. Keller?
Yes.
Mrs. Cassan?
Yes.
Mr. Kondrowski?
Yes.
Mrs. Maxon?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Item number 16, board action to approve a 3-year purchase of kindergarten through 12th grade web-based software and professional development for the MASD online learning, 2nd through 8th grade diagnostic testing, Keystone practice test, and Common Core assessment practice tests. The total cost is $124,500 to be paid over 3 years. See attachment.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion?
Just briefly to mention, as was discussed last week, this is our current online provider, and we've had quite a bit of success with it, and I put an awful lot of work into revising the curriculum to suit the needs of our students, and the anticipation is for this to be in place for many years to come, and to keep that service by taking the 3-year agreement as such enables us to save over $20,000 a year.
Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. McGlicko?
Yes.
Mrs. Gadsden?
Yes.
Mr. Halazinski?
Yes.
Mrs. Keller?
Yes.
Mrs. Cassan?
Yes.
Mr. Kondrowski?
Yes.
Mrs. Maxon?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Item number 17, board action to approve the following field trips. A, robotics team to World Championship competition in St. Louis, Missouri on April 23rd through the 28th, 2013. B, YI State students to Washington, D.C. on June 3rd and 4th, 2013. See attachment. And C, Allied Health students to Edinburgh University on April 22nd and 23rd, 2013. See attachment.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. McGlicko?
Yes.
Mrs. Gadsden?
Yes.
Mr. Halazinski?
Yes.
Mrs. Keller?
Yes.
Mrs. Cassan?
Yes.
Mr. Kondrowski?
Yes.
Mrs. Maxon?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Item number 18, board action to approve resolution 1060, e-signatures for the PA Department of Education. See attachment.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah, the e-signature was recommended by the Department of Education, which enables us to expedite contracts, agreements, grants, licenses, anything of that nature. Instead of doing everything with the signature and sending it through the mail, this enables things to be done on a much more, much more efficient, an efficient basis, so that things can happen. And there are two, there's 2 AUN numbers in there. There's one for the district, as well as an e-signature for our technology center. So this covers both AUN numbers for the district.
Thank you. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. McGlicko?
Yes.
Mrs. Gadsden?
Yes.
Mr. Holozinski?
Yes.
Mrs. Keller?
Yes.
Mrs. Kasian?
Yes.
Mr. Kondrowski?
Yes.
Mrs. Maxon?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Item 19, board action to accept the proposal from blank in the amount of blank for high school roof replacement. We have a presentation from Mr. Pierce.
Very short one, I'm going to call it a presentation. Bids were received today for the Phase 2 roof project at the high school. The low bid in the amount of $1,712,885.98 was submitted by Stringer Incorporated, and that bid is approximately $32,000 below the original budget. So in that respect, it's a good number. And we actually expected that number to be slightly higher because some scope was discovered and added to the project over the course of design. So it was a very competitive number, and almost $200,000 below the second low bid. Stringer is a good company. We've worked with them before. We did a very similar project to this one with them at Forbes Road Votech in Monroeville. So they do quality work, and we recommend that the board award the contract in the amount of $1,712,885.98 to Stringer. Are there any questions?
Do we have a motion?
Just one clarification. One clarification, because I think the award, correct me if I'm wrong, wouldn't we be awarding the bid to Stringer for their base bid?
Oh yes, let me correct. I know where you're going. Let me correct that. The district is doing this project. I apologize. Buying the materials direct on the U.S. Communities Cooperative program, direct from Garland Roofing. So there's a two-part award to this motion. We would be awarding to Stringer in the amount of $1,499,521. So that's $1,499,521. And you would be awarding the purchase of or authorizing the purchase of materials direct from Garland through the U.S. Communities for $213,364.98. I apologize for that lack of clarification. Any other questions?
Yes. Is that shown on our sheet that you have here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, if you look.
Here. 213.
Is that in the phases?
Up the top left-hand corner.
Oh.
Look at this, this is the number,
Okay.
without accepting any deduct items, this is a number if you were accepting these. These are just items of scope of work that we would, since you're under budget development, we would recommend you accept those.
Okay, so then the total of about $0.7 million is still below what we anticipate. That's what we anticipate. Okay. And last question, are you satisfied